Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soberless channel, and this is the Anta KT5 Low. So this is Klay Thompson's 5th signature shoe, and it's a low version of that. And it's going for 110 bucks on Famuji, and this is the Bahamas colorway. There's some really cool colorways. My favorite being like that Joshua Vibes color, the black and white. They have that colorway available right now on Famuji, so go ahead and check that out. They also have the Patrick Star colorway. So yeah, if you want to check it out, I'll leave a link in the description box. But let's get it started off with the traction. So because of the quarantine, I have not been able to play on the indoor court. I've only been playing on outdoor court, and I've only been playing like half court, like 3s or 4s, sometimes even 2s. So I haven't really been playing full court, which kind of sucks, but you know, the other half of the court is blocked off, unfortunately. So this is more just like an outdoor review, and once I am able to play on the indoor court, I will update you guys. So sorry about that, please just bear with me. As far as the traction goes, I do have some experience in the KT5 though. So the regular KT5 has the exact same traction pattern. I believe they're using the same exact rubber compound as well. So this traction pattern looks kind of like a fingerprint, and the traction is really good. Usually on an outdoor court, all shoes are very good as far as performance goes. Like the stop is really good and all that. But durability wise, it's really good. So it says on their website that it is extra durable. The grooves are pretty thick, the rubber is very hard, and that's just what Chinese companies do. Most of their shoes are basically designed for outdoor use. And there's like no fraying, there's no rubber ripping off, especially like, you know, these smaller nubs around the perimeter of the outsole. That's usually where it starts to rip off like first. But there's nothing at all. So it seems very durable. If you're playing outdoors, you should be good. And from my experience in the regular KT5s, the performance on an indoor court should be pretty good. It just picked up a little bit of dust, and once you wiped it was good. And then on a clean court, it was really good. So just take that with a grain of salt, because I'm assuming that they didn't, you know, change the rubber compound or anything from the regular KT5 to the KT5 Low. So there's the traction. As far as the heel to toe transition goes, it's super smooth. You have a nice rounded shape here in the heel and a nice curved shape here in the forefoot. So it's very smooth. You get this rocking motion, and you have a lot of flex here in the forefoot. So it's fluid, it's smooth and all that. It doesn't feel clunky or boot-like or anything. And for the cushioning, they're using a flash foam, and it feels different than the regular KT5. It feels a lot softer actually. It is a little different because in the regular KT5, they just painted over the midsole here. And then the KT5 Low, you have this mesh. I wonder if they changed up the compound a little bit. There's not a lot of information about that, but just from trying it out, it feels a little bit softer than the actual regular KT5. And you can actually feel the cushioning right underneath your foot. Like in the regular KT5, you can still feel it, but then it's a little bit more stiff. I don't know what they did, because the strobo board is still like that stiff type of strobo board, but like I can even feel it in the forefoot, right? So it's soft, it's plush. You have a very subtle bounce. Like a flash foam isn't super bouncy. It's more of a softer, mushier type of cushion, kind of like Boost, not as mushy as Boost. So yeah, throughout the entire midsole, you have that nice, soft, plush, comfortable feeling. You have a good amount of heel compression. Impact protection is really good, especially on hard impact like heel strikes. And the court feel is not bad. I wouldn't say it's the best court feel I've ever felt, but it's pretty good. You feel pretty low to the ground, right? So this cushioning setup is incredible. So if you want a very responsive cushion with really good impact protection, but then still really comfortable and has that nice compression and all that, then this cushioning setup is the way to go. So this is more of my ideal cushioning setup, and I really enjoyed it. Moving on to the materials, they're using Infinite. It says right here on the medial side, and it's basically a really nice knit. And in the forefoot, you have some perforations for ventilation, so basically ventilation holes. I would say it's pretty thin, not the thinnest knit I've ever felt, because the thinnest knit I've ever felt is probably like the Curry 6, you know, super thin, but it's not super thick though, like the LeBron 16 or the LeBron 17. I would say it's more on the thinner side. It's very soft, it feels premium, it looks dope. It doesn't have a lot of stretch to it, but then it does stretch out a little bit once you break it in, once you start playing in it. And then once you get here into the midfoot area where the tongue's supposed to be, and around the ankle collar, it's really stretchy, and this feels really comfortable on foot. You can open this all the way, like look at that, and then just slide your foot in like a slipper, and then you're good to go. You know, the materials are top notch, and only for 110 bucks. That's a great deal for the tech and all this quality that you're getting in the shoe. And then of course you have this duckbill thing. I feel like it's made out of foam or something. Don't really like the design or the look of this, but you know, it's there. As far as the fit goes, the fit runs a little long, so I would go down half a size. And width wise, I would say it's normal. It just maybe slightly narrow, But like I said, the materials do stretch out a little bit, so the fit gets a little bit looser once you break it in. And also another really cool thing about the shoe is that there are these little eyelets that you can adjust the laces to. So if you want it to be a tighter fit here in the forefoot, you can put the laces through this like farthest string. And if you want it to be a little bit looser, you can put the laces through this string that's closest to the middle. So that way you can kind of have like a customized fit. You know, if you want something a little bit tighter in the forefoot, a little bit looser in the midfoot, and then here in the ankle area you want it to be a little bit tight. Whatever you want, you can customize it, which is really cool, and it actually works. It's also really easy to customize. Like, you know, the LeBron 16 where you can customize it, there were 2 slots of eyelets. That was really hard to do because the actual Flyknit was very, very stiff and it was hard to put the laces through it. But this, it's a lot easier to do it. You literally just slide the laces through, so I really like that as well. And then here in the ankle area, there is a little bit of padding which makes it feel comfortable. The padding is mostly here in the back, right here, like kind of where your Achilles is. On the sides, it's more just like, there's not a lot of padding actually, it's just a knit material. So it keeps the shoe feeling very minimal, and then it feels really comfortable here. It's more just like an Achilles pad, right? And as far as support and lockdown goes, I had no issues. Lateral containment, I was good. You know, there is an internal TPU heel counter, and then the foam does come up here a lot, I guess in the midfoot area. And you have this rubber coming up here in the toe area. So for lateral containment, I was really, really good. I didn't have any issues with my foot sliding out of the footbed. You have a little bit of an outrigger, not really. It's more just a very, very wide base. You are pretty low to the ground, and it's pretty flat. So I had no issues with instability. I didn't feel like I was gonna roll my ankle or anything. Alright, moving on to the weight. I remember the shoe being pretty light. Yeah, 11.15 ounces. It feels very light. So that's the left pair. The right pair is going for 11.29 ounces. So it's a very, very light shoe. The average weight for my shoes is around 12.5 ounces. So that's pretty light. And it feels very light. You know, it doesn't feel bulky. It doesn't feel heavy like the regular KT5. The regular KT5, if I remember correctly, was like 15 ounces. And with that shroud, with all that padding in the ankle area. So they did a really good job of making the shoe feel a lot more minimal and a lot lighter than the regular KT5. And you feel very supportive and you feel very quick on your feet when you're playing in it. You don't really have to worry about the shoe when you're playing. You can just worry about playing ball, which is something that I always want in my basketball shoes. Alright, moving on to the ventilation. Ventilation is okay. It feels a little warm, but like the ventilation holes help a lot. So like your feet get warm, but then the ventilation helps to like cool your foot off. So I would say the ventilation is really good because the airflow is really good, but then it does get a little warm in the shoe. As far as the aesthetics go, I love it. The shoe is incredible looking. The silhouette, the colorways that are coming out, the gradient that they can do here on the midsole with this mesh, I love it. It looks awesome. So tell us what you guys think of the aesthetics down in the comment section below. Break-in period, there's really none. The cushioning is soft right out the box. The materials are soft. There's no pinching or anything. So no break-in period at all, which is really good. Alright, wrapping things up, 110 bucks is pretty much budget price range. And the quality and tech that you're getting from the shoe is incredible. Like if this shoe was like 150, 160 bucks, I'd still be like, you know, that makes sense, right? But then it's not, it's 110 bucks. So I would say like it would be probably #1 for best bang for your buck shoe. As far as the performance goes, it's incredible. The materials are incredibly comfortable, but then it's supportive where it needs to be supportive. The cushioning is soft, impact protection is good. It's not too soft to the point where it's like mushy and unstable, but then it's the right amount of softness for me personally. The traction is good for durability, so outdoors you can play in it, and if you want to switch it to indoors, you can do that as well. It's a great looking shoe and it's cheap. There's really nothing more you can ask for, and I don't really have any issues with the shoe. Right, the only thing would probably be it's a little long, but other than that, I love everything about it. So I 100% recommend this shoe, and I really enjoyed playing this. So again, if you guys want to cop, I'll leave a link in the description box. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.